Coastcare evolved back in 1995. This year we're celebrating 30 years of past of our achievements, but we are looking towards 30 years future. What role can we play in the conservation of this coastal corridor? So when we started in the 90s, some of these rainforest remnants had asparagus fern like up to your thighs. The littoral rainforests were our focus. They occur on the headlands and in the hind dune zones. We focused on identifying the sites which are threatened ecological communities, what remnants were left. We did surveys, we developed action plans, attracted funding and brought it to a point over a 10-year period where the asparagus fern was manageable. We've been through a beautiful rainforest here this morning. Everywhere you look, you can see regeneration. But there are other threats affecting our sites. Coastal recession, changes with climate change and storm surges. What we're seeing with some of these more vulnerable communities on the beaches that are receding, we're losing canopy and the remnants are collapsing. We're looking at sites like retreat zones and areas where our volunteers can help enhance the remaining vegetation that's more secure. So we've got some pretty exciting plans, I think, that we're working on with Council to bring some positivity and direction to the coming years.
The volunteers are the backbone, basically. Without their dedication, commitment, Council would be nothing in the end. It's a success story in regards to the longevity and in regards to the results that the group and the collaboration between Manning Coastcare, Council, Crown Lands, National Parks and other agencies. It's a big partnership in regards to commitment to fulfilling sort of this rainforest restoration that they're undertaking for us. At the moment, Council's developing coastal management plans along the whole coast. We're identifying areas of retreat that aren't rainforest and also areas that we're going to lose rainforest. So with the help of Landcare and Coastcare, we've actually identified those sites and we're going to probably plant them out into the future so that we can retain that resilience in the rainforest.
Manning Coastcare represents groups that work from Blackhead all the way up to Crowdy Head, so 30-40 kilometres. What we're able to do is have a big picture of what is left of the coast and to protect those ecosystems that are important for littoral rainforests. Our coast is under immense threat from climate change, from rising sea level, from more intense storm events. We've experienced it all very badly in the last 5 years. And we can see the big picture going forward that if littoral rainforest is to survive, it's going to need assistance. I look after the Wallaby Point group that's working on rehabilitation of littoral rainforest. Sections of the coast now are already starting to reach a point of ecosystem collapse where the salt's getting in, the wind scalding's getting in, because the fore dunes are gone, they've been eroded away. One of the things you try to do is improve biodiversity through the rainforest.
The Manning Coastcare Committee are really dedicated and really passionate and also really knowledgeable as well. I think a really important message of Manning Coastcare's 30 years is simply that longevity and that it's something that can only come from community groups. I think it just shows that community, passion and that community commitment.
I've been working out here for about 18 years and this headland here, that was only half of that when I come here. It's all been planted out. Lots of trees have been planted in there, so we've done a lot of work in that area. We're very happy with the regeneration.
The passion now is to make sure that those ecosystems have somewhere that they can still exist. It's about stepping stones. It's about the wildlife, the birds, the goannas, the wallabies, the bandicoots, the bush rats, all these wonderful creatures. Doing coast care gets you in beautiful environments with great people, and it can give you a sense of fulfilment.
The work to conserve and enhance our coastal corridor is ongoing. It's not something that's solved overnight or over 30 years. It's an ongoing challenge. And, you know, it's very important that the community get involved in some hands-on work. We have groups, 6 different work locations, working every week, a couple of days a week for a few hours a day. I think they're having the time of their life. You know, it's really lovely. To me personally, it's been, well, a lifetime commitment. It's 30 years now, and you know, it doesn't seem that long in many ways. The people I've known and worked with in the communities have been very important. I think Coastcare has played a really important role in conservation with the coastal corridor, but also connection of the communities along our coastal area.